The military kennel sat at the far edge of the base, separated from the barracks by 2 layers of fencing and a silence that felt heavier than the rest of the compound. Soldiers passed it every day, some glancing in curiosity, others pretending not to notice the warning sign bolted to the gate. Inside was a dog no one talked about openly anymore, not because he was dangerous in the usual sense, but because he had become something worse to the unit, unreachable. His name was Rex. Rex was a Belgian Malinois, 6 years old, with a build that looked carved rather than grown. His coat was dark, his eyes sharp, and his posture still perfect, as if every muscle remembered discipline even when his mind refused it. Once he had been one of the best military working dogs the base had ever seen. Explosives detection, patrol, assault response, Rex had done it all. He had saved lives. He had followed commands in chaos, gunfire, smoke, and darkness. Then his handler died. Staff Sergeant Daniel Harper had been Rex's partner since the dog was barely a year old. They trained together, deployed together, slept in the same dust and rain. Harper spoke to Rex constantly, not commands, but conversation. Quiet reassurances before missions, soft praise afterward. When the explosion happened overseas, it happened fast. Too fast for anyone to react. Harper was gone instantly. Rex was pulled from the wreckage alive, uninjured in body, but something in him shut down. When Rex was brought back to the base weeks later, the unit expected a transition period. Dogs bonded to handlers often struggled at first. Usually, with time, consistency, and a new handler, they adjusted. Rex did not. He refused commands, not aggressively, not fearfully. He simply ignored them. Sit, stay, heal, search, words that once snapped him into action now passed through him like wind. He wouldn't bite, wouldn't attack, but he wouldn't engage either. He stood or lay still, eyes alert but distant, as if waiting for a voice that never came. Trainers tried everything. Veteran handlers, gentle approaches, firm authority, different accents, different body language. Rex acknowledged none of it. If someone tried to leash him, he stiffened. If they pushed harder, he growled, not a threat but a warning. A line he would not allow crossed. Months passed. Command debated what to do. A working dog who wouldn't work was a liability. Some suggested early retirement. Others argued he was too unstable to be placed with civilians. A few quietly mentioned euthanasia, though no one wanted to be the one to say it out loud. That was when Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell arrived. She wasn't assigned to the kennel. She was a logistics officer, recently transferred from another base, known more for her efficiency than anything else. She had no special reputation with dogs, no legendary background. To most, she was just another officer adjusting to a new posting. On her 3rd week, she passed the kennel during an evening walk and stopped. Rex stood inside the enclosure watching her. Not with hostility, not with indifference, just watching. Sarah felt it immediately, the weight in the air, the quiet tension. She read the warning sign, noticed the way the handlers nearby spoke in low voices, how no one went inside the inner fence anymore unless absolutely necessary. "Who's the dog?" she asked casually. One of the handlers shrugged. "Rex used to be elite. Now, nothing works." Sarah nodded, thanked him, and walked on. But that night, she couldn't stop thinking about the dog's eyes. They hadn't looked wild or broken. They looked patient, like someone waiting past the point of hope. The next day she came back. She didn't go inside. She didn't call to him. She just stood near the fence and watched. Rex sat. They observed each other in silence. She came again the day after that. And the day after. Handlers noticed. Some laughed quietly. Others warned her not to get attached. "He doesn't respond," they told her. "Trust us." "I'm not asking him to," she replied. A week passed before she spoke a single word to him. It wasn't a command. It was his name. Rex. The handlers froze. Rex's ears twitched. Just once. Sarah didn't move closer. She didn't repeat it. She simply nodded as if acknowledging something private and left. From then on, she came daily. Sometimes she talked, not at him, but near him. About nothing important. The weather. How annoying base paperwork was. Stories about growing up with her brother and their old dog back home. She never raised her voice. Never used command tone. Rex listened. No one could prove it, but everyone could feel it. His posture changed slightly when she arrived. He stood sooner. His eyes tracked her more closely. Still he did not obey. Did not approach. Command noticed too. "Lieutenant," the kennel supervisor said one afternoon, "we appreciate your interest, but this isn't advisable." Sarah nodded. "Understood." Then she asked one question that caught them off guard. What was his handler's name? The room went quiet. "Staff Sergeant Harper," someone said finally. That night Sarah requested his file. Not the mission reports, the personal notes. Training logs, handler observations. She read everything Harper had written about Rex. The praise, the frustrations, the little jokes scribbled in margins. One line stayed with her. Rex doesn't respond to force. He responds to trust. If he ever stops listening, it won't be because he forgot the commands. It'll be because he lost the voice behind them. The next morning, Sarah stood at the kennel gate. She asked permission to enter. They hesitated, then reluctantly allowed it, with 3 handlers standing by. Sarah stepped inside slowly. Rex stood. His body was tense, but he didn't growl. She stopped several feet away. She didn't look at him at first. She faced slightly sideways, relaxed posture, hands visible. She breathed slowly. Then she spoke. Not loudly, not sharply. "Heel." The handler sucked in breath. Rex didn't move. Sarah didn't react. She waited. 10 seconds, 20. Then she spoke again, softer. "Heel, Rex." The dog took 1 step forward. A single step. Gasps rippled through the handlers. Sarah didn't smile. Didn't celebrate. She held steady. "Heel." Another step. Then another. Rex stopped just in front of her, close enough for her to feel his breath. He sat. No one had told him to. The kennel erupted into stunned silence. Sarah knelt slowly, not touching him. Her voice trembled just slightly. "You don't have to forget him," she said. "You just have to keep going." Rex lowered his head. For the first time since Harper's death, Rex whined. A quiet, broken sound that cut through everyone present. His tail moved once, twice. Then he leaned forward, pressing his head against Sarah's chest. Some of the handlers turned away. From that day on, Rex obeyed Sarah. Only Sarah. She didn't become his handler officially, not at first. But she trained with him, walked him, sat with him. She never replaced Harper. She didn't try to. She became something else. Weeks later, during a base-wide training exercise, an unexpected threat simulation went wrong. A device failed to trigger properly. Confusion spread. The exercise teetered on becoming a real emergency. Rex was there. Handlers shouted commands. He didn't move. Sarah stepped forward. "One command," she said quietly. She looked at Rex. "Search." Rex exploded into motion, faster and sharper than anyone had ever seen. He found the device, signaled correctly. The situation was neutralized in seconds. That night, command made it official. Rex was reinstated. Sarah was assigned as his handler. When asked how she did it, she gave the same answer every time. "I didn't give him a reason to obey," she said. "I gave him a reason to trust." And in the kennel, on a small plaque beneath Rex's name, someone added a second line. "Still listening,